I started out as a poet before I turned to fiction many years ago, so here's a flashback. Yeah, well, applause for a cheery mood. Here's a nice depressing poem to start with, about the excuses we give ourselves to stop doing what we want to do. So it's called Sunburn. But there are so many tears left, and God knows you don't want to be the one with some unspilled. She brings you tea and whispers, her hands, 100 stars for luck, 93,000 reasons to think again, to change your mind. It's raining in the city, too, where you can summon the sense memory of a balcony. Lift your bare head to a seedless field, bleating its insignificance. The sweep of traffic is moving, forwards and backwards. Look down, and you'll see it running wild, as if it had a care. Days behave. In their trampled place, they leave you with 3 or 4 motives strong enough to heave you away. On that balcony, she'll smile and turn to you, eyes full of something other than sunlight. And God knows the weeping will be more than so many waitings, so many stays, more than stumbles and recalls, more even than a faltering oblivion.
I'm enjoying the norm as I warm to the fact that one day you will be born. That day when delight, which shines like moonlight, illuminates across the sky of my life. And even though it's the eye before the storm of childbirth, I know I'll be able to cope with you in view. If an expression of love is a hug, then each layer of my skin that envelopes your frame like soil that nurtures a seed should speak of my deep affections towards you. If an expression of love is sacrifice, rest assured as you nest within my womb like an egg beneath an eagle that what's mine is yours. But if an expression of hate is to shun, then view the daily adoration I give you as I stroke your protruding limbs like a pearl within a shell. That hatred is not true of me to you. Thank you.
This is the Big Bad Wolf story, but from a different point of view, I suppose. Well, from his point of view, but he's not very happy. It's called To Whom It May Concern. I'm attacked in my sleep by the nightmares that keep going round in my head, and I wish I was dead, swallowed up by depression. Can I ask you a question? No, I don't want more money. I just don't think it's funny that I'm consistently typecast and so often bypassed for the really good stories, to be a hero with glories that live on for years. Should I shorten these ears? Would that make me less scary? Does it matter I'm hairy? I mean, I tried out for the beast because then, well, at least I'd be good at the end, but you just wouldn't bend your ridiculous rules, so I'm known throughout schools as the villainous wolf, and they dream I engulf them all in one sitting. So that's it, I'm quitting. Unless you find me some gigs that don't involve pigs or little red hoods and keep me out of the woods because it's lonely out there. Not that you care, set up in your fort, but please spare a thought for this fairy tale creature who just needs to feature in a story with laughter and his own ever after.
Yeah! Now that I am old, I have bought another purple outfit. Multicoloured in heavy brocade. How many do I need? 1 for each day of the week and 2 for Sundays. I move like a mannequin strutting in an exuberant lifelong parade. A positive statement that says, I am still here, still contributing. A garish ensemble that shouts loudly, look at me, I'm alive and definitely kicking. Kicking up the falling leaves, scattering them everywhere. I'm like a carefree child again, inhabiting a world full of wonder. I spread their burnished colours messily over all the tidy pavements. I scuffle along in my bright red shoes, rustling, hustling, bustling. Out of my way! No time to waste. No time for what might have been. I grab reality in both my outstretched hands and I run. and grasp my life and I squeeze it tightly until I've swallowed every drop of sweetness. I splash and dance in all the puddles, pirouetting on my bare toes. I see the disapproving glances of all the inhibited, the conventional, the keepers of the rules, pointing out my foolishness with clicking tongues. But the children watch. They wave and laugh, but they're pulled away in case they want to copy me and dance too. I eat greasy chicken legs as I walk down the street, noisily sucking the last pickings off the meat, dropping the bones in the gutter for stray dogs to chew. I sit sprawled on the curb and enjoy the view, and I talk to complete strangers in the supermarket queue. I sing sea shanties at the top of my voice. I release purple balloons emblazoned with this triumphant message. Look at me, I am still here.
A few months ago, I came across a sequence of poems by Théophile Gautier called Nuit d'été, Summer Nights. Not a sequence to read if you're in the depths of depression. And then I heard the central, one of the pieces sung, put to music by Berlioz. I'm just transported. I thought, I've got to have a go at something like that. And this is my batch at Summer Nights. We watched the corn turn pale, then subtly golden. The harvest days were waiting for their moon. The hunters waited, savage, for its turn. But first we, lovesick summer dancers, burned for honeydew, for telltale trickles of pleasure in the cornfields, hot, wild, cold. Come moonrise, all there is below is leisure to laugh, to smile, to look askance, to mourn what never lasts. The hunter's moon is baleful, and entwined bodies soon are at arm's length. Take what there is, and laugh, and kneel to new, less kindly deities. Offer them libations. A rose that died upon an alabaster breast thought herself, how sad, the envy of a king. She did not know, poor piteous wilting thing, it was not she that danced, nor had the rose a purpose there except to wilt and die. Une rose, tu sais, n'est jamais plus que rose. The dancers are the things of moment, such moments merely droplets, sweet and light. When harvest fields are bare in moonlight, dance and dancers faded on the night, flowers scattered, roses or communions. Take comfort, love, that suits you just as well. Perhaps there will be other happy times, perhaps. But sadness seems more fitting when hunters wait, and there's another moon that does not care for dancers or for roses.
The journey. Tarmac graffitied by highways department. Areas cross-hatched where no one could drive. The eye in the sky feeding the sat-navs. Cones stand to attention in unending rows. 6 lanes of traffic relentlessly hum under wires strung from pylons, carrying energy above, while water and sewerage run deep underground. Commuters keep travelling. Get off that phone. Speed cameras keep watch beside neon-lit signs that scream, slow down driver, you ignorant sod. Well-littered pavements with shatterproof bus stops, arrived at by bus lanes mostly unused. Then off round the roundabout, small painted block, leaving the town and crash barriers behind. Cast your eyes wider, it's not just a road, It's a travel way through pastures where cows and sheep graze. Bear left at the flower-filled roundabout junction and cut through the fields where no street lamps stand. Here, swathed in sunshine, lawns punctuated by daisies and dandelions, blackbirds and thrush. Then bright yellow rapeseed hedged by the hawthorn, whose blossom flowers April and on into May. Down to the traffic lights, red, green and amber, and back to the town where the rat race still runs.
This town I live in is getting me down. The morning sounds of impatient parents, the smell of defeat polluting the air, the sight of decay and swallow everywhere. In this town I don't fit in anywhere. This town of endless terrace houses, of dingy old pubs, clubs, cheap drugs, and I can't afford any in this town where I have £2.37 to my name. It looks like we're going to have to kill ourselves in shame, but the heinous crime of having no jobs. In a town where there are no jobs, with only one employment office to serve these hopelessly unemployed. Man, this town I live in makes me so fucking annoyed. This town of shite food and shite takeaways that we consume through the pointless nights and days. We have to be pissed, stoned, or both to enjoy the taste. My God, this town is a place of waste. There's waste all over the place. Wasted youth, wasted time, wasted people, wasted lives, and the shit all over the pavement, as well as the everyday litter. It's making me ill. The doctors advise me to take a pill every morning and every day until these feelings go away. But being a fan of the thought, all I have to say is that the cure is in no pill. This town of booze and speed and ease, of smack and crack and cocaine. This is the town of the white and grey. This is the town of plastic gangsters who hang around at the bus station and the Met station. I drive around in their shiny car, thinking they're Pablo Escobar, just because they're shot bags of weed. This town has an endless supply of weed. We're all choking in it. We smothered this town in a green flag because it numbs our pain. You're just another boy, and it's just like you want to make that play. This town of the single mums and the apathetic dads, spoilers of kids who never experience or have love. Those same kids who are intoxicated at 10 years old, wandering the streets drunk and stoned, on cheap beer and chronic weed, unable to articulate what want and need, foul-mouthed and dumb, detached souls numb, psychotic in an unpsychotic society, legions upon legions, as horrific as Judas' own little demons, spreading like no fucking Noma, disrupting the conscious universe. This town that keeps me caged, this town that leaves me bitter in rage, this town where flashing blue lights illuminate our drawn out nights, and the neighbours drive us all crazy with that shag music wearing out until the break of dawn, on and on until the early fucking morn. I'm sick of it. I swear this day don't want to burn it, burn the whole town to the ground. I'm tired of chasing unobtainable pounds. Can we have another riot yet? A proper riot that we won't forget. What was all that around this way, we'll find this town to destroy.
I'm a little tubbier than him. He has a gold band on his ring finger. He's slightly more emotional than me. His eyes are just a little paler than mine. His are like murky swamp water, mine like unripe limes. I'm more boisterous than him. His movements are like an angelic ballet dancer, every action poised in a majestic way. His fingers hang loosely, skimming over things, like freshly made sausages dangling above a dog's nose. His hands, however, look dry, not sweaty and plump like mine. His face is serene with half-closed eyes and speech like a drunken soul, truthful and haunting.
If my heart gave out this minute, would you bury me at sea, and the fish will pick my carcass, so fish food I shall eat? Would you stick me up a chimney till my bones gave into ashes, or would you bed me with the worms and tuck me up in granite? When I follow Mr. Reaper and finally rest my eyes, it really is inevitable, but you're going to act surprised. You may believe in heaven, golden gates and marble ark, but I know when I die that I'll float in the brine as fish food for a shark. While I'm cradled in the tree roots, new life formed in my ribs, one day will lie beside me all your friends in their cribs. So it's office 5 to 7 in your hire purchase hell, while you wait for the day on your minimum pay that you're 6 feet under as well. Is that okay?
I wrote this one, it was my very first one, 2008. I had to take slightly early retirement because I started suffering from what I now know called tinnitus. Because I knew so little about it, I put these words together so that any time I have to talk to anybody about it, I'll probably end up reciting this or in the pants off them. Imagine if you can, a noise inside your head. You can hear it when you wake up because you heard it whilst in bed. You'll hear it when you get to work and when it is your break. You'll hear it whilst you have your lunch, even with your mates. You'll hear it when you go back to work and try and concentrate. So on your way home from work that night, guess what? Your head is in a state. Imagine, if you can, a noise inside your head. You've come home from a hard day's work, but wait. You will hear it in the kitchen and also in the lounge. You'll hear it in the bedroom, even whilst lying down. With anger spilling over, it's tempting to pass it on. So look around and pick your victim, but make sure you stand your ground. Overcome with frustration now, as the noise swirls round and round. Imagine, if you can, a noise inside your head. You suffered it at work, now suffer it at home. Try to explain to a loved one, in whatever tone. Search and search for help. Succeed you feel you must, but fail you will, as this is just another day with tinnitus.
Ghosts of the past, their previous lives enacted for the benefit of believers or through deceivers who narrate stories of previous indiscretions through the medium of possessions passed along the line of hopefuls. A nighttime arrangement of relatives who are ancient yet move with great stealth and speed. They come back to haunt us or taunt us with things that they move like a book that you swear was there. Most are grey ladies who walk around in spaces which creak and groan as the night sets in. They make no sound. They just hang around for years and they never tell us why. Every ghost will scare you. Even those who swear your secret will be safe with them. But the lie comes back to taint you, just as people start to paint you as somebody to be trusted, just like acid eating your dreams.
This poem is called When We Fight. When we fight, I spit words like the bullets, leaving my teeth cracked and gums bleeding with the urge to retract what I'm saying, but I can't. The sentences I speak stain the air like smoke, getting twisted, bent out of shape, harder to see. I can't suck them back. My tongue is gunpowder black in the chamber of my mouth. I know the damage I'm causing, but I just can't stop. When we fight, you never shout, only speak until you're clicking on empty, moulding my secrets and insecurities into rounds that fragment on impact. Words lodge in my brain and hemorrhage, leaving invisible scars that I can't seem to shake. We stalemate. You engineer a flammable silence that neither of us is willing to ignite. We don't exchange love letters, only apology notes written in fridge magnets. Thank you.
As beautiful as a dying sky splattered with the blood of the sun, as embiggered as a madman in a marathon stealing too much air to run, as stable as a swaying tree in the wind trying not to lose a branch, as worthwhile as the man with gun in his mouth who never took the chance, as perfect as a masterpiece torn along every jagged edge, as healthy as a pair of hungry lips that refuse to be fed, as shiny as a lump of coal laughing darkly, rolling in the mud, as happy as a little boy who believes he's fallen out of love. As renewed as a battered tooth screaming right before the decay, as welcome as a deadly disease which just won't go away, as optimistic as a lamb who knows it can't avoid the slaughter, as refreshing as the sewage running through all tap water, as committed as a feeling fighting not to become enamoured, as subtle as having your skull shattered with a sledgehammer, as understanding as the moon who refuses to leave before the dawn, as strong as a wounded bird who dies before the end of his song, as adaptable as a chameleon who cannot change its colour, as untouched as a whore pretending to be the virgin mother, as caring as a lone wolf who needs to kill just to survive, as impassioned as a flame that doesn't flicker before it dies.
When we had all the time in the world, when we stared for hours at each other, when I could recognise the tiniest freckle on your face, those were the days. Life swings too quickly for us to see straight. You swept me off my feet with the copper sulphate. I poured it in with new enthusiasm, and we got an A star for it. I miss your eyes and the way we talk, like we have our own code. I miss the family dinners and last Christmas. I miss spying on you in the library, having to pretend I studied psychology because it was opposite history. I miss how studious you were, and now you're just doing it to avoid reality.
This is part of my bucket list. To stand up in front of a group of people and not have to spout corporate bullshit. I hope you can hear me. This is an extract from a long rambling piece. I don't know where it came from, I don't know where it's going. And I don't care. What now lies mouldering in that killing field that is the ruin above my head? The old enemy entrenched, peering over the balustraded duvet, a sly sniper, hermeted and oiled, a lethally articulate bullet in the breach awaiting the appearance of my head above the marital parapet. So I take a drink, toast an ex-partner who loved me for the who that I was, me, myself. Eventually I stand toe-to-toe with the small lie that gets bigger and bigger. It all works out in the end. I surrender myself to this thought. It embraces me, it crushes me, an enthusiastic, euphemistic hug that goes too far. Forget the 7 ages of man, I've known only one, kind to cruel. Now she badgers me, her black pelt anger, the white stripe contempt. She'll TV my very soul into coughing, spluttering damnation, lest the good Lord sees fit to end it now, to gas her in her lair with a concentrated dose of karma. Happy Valentine's Day, dearest. There had been occasions when smiling had been the order of the day. She'd drift away to a secret place, a private place, and give voice to random thought. You don't see many hermits around these days. Or one day the sky will be full of aeroplanes. Why is the sky over America already full? The hermits are locked away, my dear, with their iPoddery, iPaddery and iPhonery. And it's a fucking big sky over there, he thought.
Thank you, and keep clapping for all these people that we've heard read. Simon, Ruth, poetry. So, and also thank you to Anne for organising the whole.
That was so brilliant hearing you all read, particularly the students that we've got in the room. I sort of feel like a proud parent, poetry parent of some kind. So thank you for those of you who are brave enough to stand up and do this.